Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video I'm going to walk you through how to build YUKIMASA Demon of Ice, the new fusion that's dropped for Christmas. Hopefully you've got him. Hopefully everything went well and that you had a great Christmas. I'm recording this just before Christmas, and yeah, I don't know. It'll go up sometime over Christmas, I suppose. I'm not sure. Hopefully I'll be enjoying some nice time off. We will see. But I've got obviously the champion spotlight I've written for hellhades.com. I'm not sure when that's going to come out. Should be sometime around this video, so make sure you go check out that as well. We've got spotlights on sort of like in-depth guides and lots of that and like some tips in their teams and whatnot. We'll dive into this part of it though, which is the infographic. Again, you can find on champion pages on the website if they have infographics, usually just the most popular champions, new fusions, new login champions, that sort of thing. Okay, a quick guide on how to build him. I always don't have him on my actual account, but I have him here on the test server. I've put him in a very end game build, and I'll walk you through what I've done, why, yeah, all the rest. So let's go for his relics. What do I have? I have him with the cat's gaze here. Actually, a couple of things to point out, a couple of little tips. So number one, invigorated. This circular gem is really nice for him. Per meter effects are more effective. That is cool because obviously he can be gaining some turn meter with his passive, and he can be stealing turn meter over here. So all that stuff should be boosted up, which is nice by that invigorated gem. So it's a really nice little circular gem on top of like the other really good ones. This is another great one here where you do more damage to enemies who are under crowd control because of, well, number one, he brings freeze by himself, but also because of how he works, where you want other enemies to be crowd control. So you want to run in with someone else with CC. So for example, Lady Mikage in Faction Wars or Fabian in Arena. Yeah, anyone like that. So this is it's a mythical gem, but it's pretty cool. Resetting skills is pretty cool. I think that his A1 actually as well, I believe should work very well, but there's a few champs. Instantly activate this skill. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't tested it. Perhaps it works the counterattack gem, perhaps not. I don't know. Do you even have this gemstone? Anyway, this one, Sharpened Riposte. You do more damage counterattacking. That is good for him, for sure. But, you know, you're probably better off using that on someone like, not Fabian, someone like Carnage or Crocat or something like that. But, hey, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I'm not sure. For the actual relics to run with him, though, Wand of Submission is still an option, but it's not as important for him. And this would be for PvP. It's not as important as it is for other champions. That's because of his passive and his A1 passive, where he's actually not so. If he gets crowd control, it's not as bad as it is with other characters. So this is a good option. It's fine, but I don't think you necessarily need to go with it. I think the Gore Crescent. Okay, we can see some of these recommended over here. Gore Crescent is a really nice, more somewhat budget legendary option because it is a bit more accessible because it's from Chimera. It's more farmable compared to, we'll look at the Cat's Gaze next, which was a time limited one. This is good. When you kill an enemy, you do more damage on your next attack. Brilliant. Gonna up his damage dealing potential. I think the Cat's Gaze is even better. You just ignore defense. It's phenomenal, but it's obviously very, very limited, but it can be good and really ups his power. Other ones that I could definitely, I would recommend. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. One that's worth mentioning. It's not on the infographic, but it's in the guide. Is this one here, the Pert Shadow? It's pretty cool. Chance to get an extra turn using your default skill. That could help him cycle through his stuff if you're not running Merciless. It is an interesting option if you're focusing more on his crowd control. Or Torch of Thraldom would be interesting as well if you're focusing on faction wars and survivability, because this will up not only his damage but his speed, his defenses as well. Cool option if you've got it. I think his best relic though is this, the Coronet of Gloom. It's got damage stats, which is great with some speed. It's got good gem sockets with damagey gems, but when your allies die, you get block damage, and whenever anyone on your team dies, you get block damage. It sort of fixes Yukimasa's problem. So you get all the offensive stats. The HP's okay, but the crit damage is brilliant. The gem sockets are brilliant for damage. So you get that damage boost from the relic, but then you get a big chunk of survivability from this. And hopefully this is one that a few of you should be able to get because it's from the Grim Forest. Getting maybe one chance at this every month or two, hopefully. and it's not so bad. So yeah, it's a great way to actually keep him alive because that's sort of the problem. He's a reviver, but it's difficult enough to keep him alive to use that revive. So that's pretty cool. For budget ones, I think the Steel-Eyed Cutter is a really good budget option, or the Malefic Talon. You could also as well consider the Arethi Coronets. Not too bad either. Even the Molten Death Bell, if you know more for faction wars. But yeah, lots of good options for relics there. So there we are. Um, I should mention actually just as a broad overview. Generally, I think you're going to want to build him as a very fast damage dealer. It's roughly what you're looking to do. You can also build him as a pure support character, just high speed, high accuracy, loads of health, just for the revive, the AoE freeze, the turn meter steal, the AoE block active skills, as viable as well. I think it's not quite as good, but it is still viable, especially for faction wars. If you're going, Nub, I've got so much damage, but what I'm struggling with is surviving in faction wars. Having him be that reviver, it can be okay. Now, he has to kill an enemy to revive everybody. That might be difficult, if not impossible, if you build him as a full support. It's certainly an option, though. You can consider it, but generally we're going to build him, I think, as a high-speed damage dealer. Quick question might be, how fast should I have him? I think relatively simple. Look at the speeds for whatever stage of Faction Wars you're progressing on. You want to beat that. So, for example, I think for the end of Faction Wars Hard, and you can obviously include your area bonuses as well here, you want to be faster than like 300 or like 305 or something. You want to be pretty darn fast for the final stages of Faction Wars Hard. The goal is to be faster than the waves so that you can freeze them. And you basically want to combo him with Lady Mikage and sort of be chaining their CC. She is a great little combo with him because in her alternate form, right, she can be sleeping people with her A1. And if somebody is slept, great news. Fantastic. YUKIMASA, here we go. Someone is under sleep. There's one enemy. His AoE freeze can't be resisted. Really, really nice there. So yeah, that would be my main goal with him, would be to build him with really high speed for faction wars, where he will be able to just keep freezing the waves. He does massive damage to this A3 anyway. Cycle through, steal their turn meters, pumping out the block active skills, being fast with the revives. That would be my goal. I don't want to build him slow. I want to build him really fast. For faction wars normal, you can go way slower. You could be like probably about 200 speed would be probably fine. Bit faster, even better. And then top end faction wars hard, like 300 for Grim Forest. I mean, like something like 250, probably loads for Grim Forest hard, where he's very good as well. Yeah, you get the sort of gist for what we're doing there. On top of that, 100% crit rate, lots of attack, crit damage, great. Accuracy is a bonus. Don't sleep on it. His stuff is only non-resistible if there's enemies already under crowd control. If there's not, then he needs to pass an accuracy check. So building accuracy, getting some accuracy is fine. And any survivability, HP is good. Don't build any defense. Don't bother. HP is much better. Defense will low defense ups the damage of his A3, which is cool. And also his defense sucks, so it's not really. Just don't bother. Just build some HP if you want to survive, or focus on defensive sets with big defensive benefits, and so on. For the blessing, I think Lightning Cage is generally the best. Certainly for PvP, this is the best to protect his buffs. That is what you want, particularly if you're running him with good defensive buffs or if you put him in Stone Skin. For PvE, Nature's Wrath is really good for the waves. You're placing debuffs, you're hitting harder. He's placing debuffs on his A1 and his A2. One thing to note, Nature's Wrath is not good against bosses. Most bosses are immune to block active skills and freeze, so he won't be able to place any debuffs. But if you stack it up on the waves before the boss, you're fine. Or if the bosses have minions, you're fine, typically speaking. So it's generally the go-to. If you get him 6-star, if you're lucky enough, a 6-star Crushing Rend is really good. And if you want just consistent damage, I think Heaven Cast is okay. It's just some flat damage. It's not particularly strong or anything, but it's there as an option. There may be some other niche options as well. He wouldn't be too terrible. For example, Life Harvest, not a bad one actually on him to, yeah, just get more turn meter boost, pump out more crowd control for Arena in particular. Could be kind of nice. So, yeah, there you are. That's for him. These are the masteries I've given him. You could also potentially, you could go into like Spirit Haste. You could go into Sniper and Master Hexer for more consistent block active skills on his A1. I've gone more like this. You could also consider getting Opportunist. It's not bad either, but I've chosen these options instead. For his gearing then, finally, the gearing. I think the best sets for him, and you can see these are my recommendations roughly. You know, you're looking for crit damage on the gloves, attack on the chest, speed on the boots, and then attack, attack, and crit damage on the necklace. Looking for crit damage, crit rate, attack percent, and lots of speed. Oh, speed is missing from the infographic. Whoops. Oh well. But yeah, and then Merciless, I think, is kind of the go-to. But you can also go Lethal and Stone Skin. So Lethal and Stone Skin for Arena is the better option. Merciless is even better though for PvE, for faction wars from Grim Forest, that sort of thing. Why? Number one, you'll hit way harder with the extra ignore defense. Number two, you'll also get cooldown reduction, so you're going to make all of his crowd control stuff even better, which is really good for that wave-based content. And yeah, that's why I said I like to build him high speed to really make the most of it. This is a pretty crazy build we've got him in. He's going to be a freaking monster if you can get him anywhere like this. And yeah, this could help you take down that Faction Wars Hard Stage 21, which is really, really nasty. So yeah, there you are. That's my quick guide. Well, quick? I don't know. That's my guide on YUKIMASA, Demon of Ice, roughly speaking how you could build him. As I said, you could go pure support if you want to and give him like a golden elixir and all that sort of stuff. It is an option as well, for sure. There's a few different ways to build him. He's a really cool character. Let me know how you like to build him or what you are going, maybe not what you like, but what you have and how you're actually going to build him. What are you aiming for? But yeah, that's him for me. And yeah, he might potentially be opening up. I'll have to try it out fully. He might potentially be opening up that stage 21 Shadowkin farm. The problem I have with this is that reflect damage on the boss is so nasty. So maybe full support. I might end up trying that myself. We will see. But there we go. That's Yukimasa. Oh, one final thing. At time of recording, I don't know if there's a way to get his 5-star soul. I would expect some sort of event to get it, but I don't know for sure if or when that's coming. I guess it probably will. Potentially some sort of summon event over Christmas, potentially like a Titan Path or something for New Year's. All that stuff could happen. Don't know for sure. They did, I think, drop Lady Noelle last year. I think it was in Hero's Path, actually, for her. I could be wrong, though. But yeah, there you go. Rough gist. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.